It's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thank you for staying with us. Our guest is Chris Floyd. He's coming back. He is the Executive Director of the Los Angeles Opportunity Industrialization Center. And we know at Jordan Downs, which is a housing complex in Watts,
right.
That you have donated over 150 computers. Time Warner Cable helped. And as a result, you have seen 5 times increase in the usage of the internet. Tell us about that exciting statistic.
That's correct. The numbers you're talking about, first of all, thank you for inviting me back. The numbers you're talking about range from the day we installed PCs in Jordan Downs, and then we monitored for about 7 or 8 months.
Now, that's a 5 times increase, like you said, in 7, 8, 9 months.
Right. Well, in the very beginning, out of 700 homes, there were only 70 personal computers in all of Jordan Downs when we started. Now we have 150 machines in place, and the numbers you're looking at actually how many different times people log on.
Now here's some exciting news. You have partnered with USC.
Correct.
And over the next several months, you're going to engage in a study. Tell us about that study. You're donating some computers, but you're going to look at a specific issue.
Right. What we've determined in the first 2 years of our program was that technology was having a tremendous effect on the residents that we had given the PCs to. So Jordan Downs, as our test model, USC has agreed to come in and do the data collection and compare the status and the living conditions and the school grades for the kids in those households, and the employment of the individuals at the beginning of the study, and then 4 months later they will determine what changes have been made by having technology and PCs in the home.
So 40 families will get a computer at first.
Correct.
And 40 families will not.
Correct.
And over 4 months, you're going to see what happens with the 40 families comparing the 2 sets.
That is correct.
Now, the good news is at the end, the 40 families that didn't have computers, they're getting computers.
Absolutely.
And so there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We've talked about the digital divide. I have a sense what the USC study is going to tell you, but what do you expect it to say?
Well, the one thing we want to prove is that you can't just make internet access available without the vehicle to get onto the internet and understand the value of it. It's much like telling a kid that there are cookies in the kitchen he can have and then putting them on a shelf that he can't reach.
Of course.
Same thing here. These individuals do not know the value of a PC because they've never had one.
What about education to teach these individuals how to use a PC, how to use the internet? I mean, you know, we were around when the internet launched, so we kind of stumbled our way through it. We learned it on our own. But now, I mean, you could get lost if you didn't know what you were doing.
We do this every week. The first 40 people will go through a boot camp training, and they'll get that originally on how to use one.
Can I attend?
Absolutely.
I'd like to learn more about the internet.
Then every week, our intention is to give them a 3-hour class on how to use the PC for its maximum purpose. We have banks come in and talk about how to go online, pay your bills, do online banking, how to shop online. One of the things I noticed the other day was that the governor recommended that if you went to the Department of Motor Vehicle and stood in line, you would pay one price, but if you went online and paid your vehicle registration, you'd pay a lesser price. Well, this means that a person without a PC doesn't get the benefits. So just more evidence of how the divide separates us in terms of financial
What about cost,
stability.
though?
Well, we donate the machine to the individual. We do the online tech support. We give them free service if their free internet. The free internet was actually provided by a local carrier for a while.
And now
I believe the Housing Authority is actually having to pay for that.
Okay, Chris, I want to thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. My name is Brad Pomerance. Thank you for joining us. Back to HLN.